Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Today I'll be making this do-it-yourself dress vase out of a glass vase. It's really, for a person who doesn't do arts and crafts, quite a challenge, but once you get over doing the first one, the other ones seem pretty simple. It's a very fun vase to make. You can make it different colors, combinations, really sky's the limit for this one. The reason why I do this video is because there's not a lot out there on the internet, especially how to do it. There's a lot of pictures, but not a lot of how to. Apologize in advance for the audio quality, but hopefully you enjoy the video. Thanks. First step is getting your glass vase ready, and it can be any regular glass vase. This is from the 99-cent store, or it can be a smoother vase like these where you don't see the ridges. Get your glitter. Glue. So you're going to put the glue on there, whatever design you want. This is going to kind of be a V shape. And just smother a little bit on there. You don't want it too thick or else it'll run down. You take your paintbrush and kind of just smooth it out, make it nice and even. Like that. Again, you want it to be thin because we're going to make a couple coats, not too thick or else it'll start running. And then once you get that done, you could either do it in sections or all at once. Then you get your glitter. And you just spill it on there. And remember, this is the first coat, so it's not going to look so good. Next part, we are going to be using the white one that's already finished. And we'll be using white satin underneath. It's already been cut. If you want, you can iron it out if you want to smooth out some of these wrinkles. Just be careful to burn the fabric. And this is measuring about 7 by 12. Again, you just want to measure it from the bottom to however height you want the satin to go. So from here, this is about 7. That's kind of where we want it to start, so we cut it 5 by 7, or I mean 12 by 7. The white shape, we're going to have to do some couple pleats in the satin on the top so it can go around this vase nice and smooth. And I'll show you how that's done. This is what I mean by a couple folds in there so it can wrap around the glass nicely. Basically just fold it like that, and what we're going to do is put a dot of hot glue right on the bottom here, and then a dot of hot glue right on this spot as well. So now it's stuck and it has a couple folds in there. Remember, this is going to go underneath everything, so it doesn't look great, doesn't matter, it's not really going to show. So this is how it will look like when it's glued. I'm holding it for right now, but we'll get the glue gun and start gluing it to the glass and fold it over. This is the last piece we will be gluing on, so you just put a little bit on here on the glass and the fabric. Close it up. And it's up to you if you want to keep this extra material on there, if you want to cut it down and match exactly this. It's also up to you if you just want to let it be, or if you want to glue a little bit here and glue this other piece to it. It's really up to you. Again, it's going to go underneath. It's not really going to show that much, so it's up to you. So this is how it looks after we put the satin on. And the bottom, you'll notice, is a little bit long. It's kind of scrunching at the bottom. Again, it's up to you if you like that effect. If not, I like to leave it a little bit longer just so that I have a little bit extra room to play with. If I don't want it that length, I can always cut it. But if it's too short, then that might be a problem. Next piece I'm showing on a brown chair here to show the contrast because of the white tool is to get the tool ready. So again, we're going to be using 3 layers. The first layer has to be just about the same height as your satin, so it should be at least about 7 inches for this one. So if we measure this one, the one on the bottom here, it's just about 7.5, almost 8, so that's fine. Remember, we can always cut extra if it's a little bit too long. And then the actual width will be 12, it's about 17 centimeters, or I mean 17 inches, sorry. So again, it's about 7 to 8 inches by about 17 inches. So same thing with the satin, we want to make a couple folds here. And this is about an inch fold. What we're going to do is place it on the satin and glue it to the satin here. So you're going to get your nifty hot glue gun and again put a dab there and then glue this piece on. And then keep going around and around. Here's the first layer finished. Again, here's the front part for me. So again, I don't know if you can see this too well, but again, they're about 1 inch folds. You can measure it exactly. A little bit less than an inch of a fold. And then you just glue it on, turn it around, glue it on, turn it around, fold, and glue that on, turn around, fold, glue that on, glue it on. You don't have to be too cautious either because we're going to put a bow around here, which will hide everything. Then again, mine was a little too long, so I had to cut the edges off. When you're dealing with this, you always want to pick it up from the inside so you don't touch the glitter. So if you feel like you need to cut it more, then you can cut it more. Okay, that was the first layer, on to the second. So this is going to be the second layer on the vase, the tool layer, second of 3 layers. Again, this is going to be a little bit poofier, so you want it to be a little bit taller. The last one was about 7 inches. This is about 7.5. So this is the second of 3 layers of tulle. Since we want it to be a little bit poofier, we want it to get a little bit more height so that it can come out from the vase itself. So this is about, it's a little bit, it's 7.5 to 8 in some places. I didn't cut it extremely straight. So you want it a little bit higher or a little bit more than 7, which was the first layer. And this is about 25, 24 inches. So this is 1/2 and it's about 12 inches. So again, we're going to use the same method that we did with the first layer. However, the actual folding is going to happen more frequently and will be a lot smaller. So the last one was about 1 inch wide. This one will be more like 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. So we'll do the same thing. We'll glue it on here, and again, we'll make them more frequent, and the foldings, we're going to glue it on like this, will happen more frequently because the fold is a lot smaller. And I'll show you how it looks like halfway. Here's the second layer on there. You can see it's a little bit poofier, comes out a little bit more than the first layer, which is underneath. And then I tried to glue it a little bit more above the first layer, so that has a little bit of glass to stick on. Can't really see the folds. Oh, this one you can see. So see, it's a little bit smaller, the second fold from the second layer than the first layer. And then we're just about done here. Just got a little bit more gluing to do here. And then what I'm going to do is probably cut off this extra here, however you like. Or if you want more for like a wedding little tail, that's fine too. Ours is not a wedding event, so I'm probably going to cut off this excess right here, right close by the other edge. And then just stick a little bit of hot glue here and stick these two edges together just so they stick together nicely, just very little. And then we'll do the third layer. So this is the third and final layer of tulle. It's about at least 8 inches high and about 36 inches long. And now the actual folds that we will be using, again, are even smaller than the last 2 layers. Has to be less than ½ inch. This first layer, remember, was about 1 inch. The second layer had about ½ inch fold, and this one's going to be about 1/4 inch, definitely less than ½ inch. And we're going to be putting that on a little bit higher than the other tulle, so it gets a better stick. And we're just going to be doing that all around the vase, and we'll see how it looks. Now comes the fun part, using ribbon. I'm going to be using 2 solid and then a kind of a see-through pinkish here. The pink is a little bit bigger, it's 7/8 inch, and then the white is a little bit smaller, 5/8 inch. And the width, or the diameter, I mean, of the actual vase is about 2 3/4 inch. 2.5 to 3/4 inch, so if you were wondering about that. I like to tie a very rough looking bow, and we'll make it nice and pretty later, but just to kind of get the length that we're going to need. You can see here we have a couple extra inches, and then on the other side as well, it's still attached to the ribbon spool, that way we don't waste any ribbon. So for this side, probably could take off about 3 inches, be safe. And then we'll cut it just about where these 2 ends end. And then we'll get to work with making it look pretty. For the ribbon, put a dot of glue here and then one on each side just to make sure it sticks nice and stiff. Then just went to work with trying to put the bow nicely, and you can do it however you want. You can have no bow with the bow, it's up to you. And there is the finished product. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, thanks for watching. This is the final product. Again, this is my first real how to do video, so if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Here's a light fixture with an LED light that was placed inside. It was a pink color. Looks really nice at night. Again, you can add whatever you want, just have fun with it. And remember, the first one's the hardest, but after that it gets a lot easier. Have a good day.